A man who moved to the Bay Area just 2 weeks ago, now missing. Tonight, the family of Yohanes Kidane is desperately searching San Francisco, hoping to find him.
Yohanes Kidane, a 22-year-old from Webster, New York, was reported missing on August 15th, according to the San Jose Police Department. A May graduate of Cornell University, Yohanes had just started working at Netflix as a software engineer in August after moving to California in July. Yohanes was last seen on security footage leaving his apartment, getting into a black Toyota sedan Uber, headed for San Francisco around 7:15 p.m. on August 14th.
He traveled here late July 26th, and he started work last week. So this was his second week of work. Two young colleagues of his saw him and were able to talk to him, but he said he was heading to San Francisco to maybe meet a friend. The last footage that I've seen of him was him leaving his apartment building, getting in an Uber in a black Toyota Camry.
Yohanes' family became officially concerned later that day when his phone location kept placing him at the Golden Gate Bridge, which is more than an hour away from his apartment. Yohanes' location was still on the Golden Gate Bridge the next day, which prompted his younger sister Sarah to panic, and the family later learned that Yohanes never showed up to work on August 15th. That same day, a commuter discovered Yohanes' wallet at the Golden Gate Bridge Welcome Center, which included $30 in cash, several ID cards, and his cell phone. And sometime afterwards, Uber was able to confirm that Yohanes took a ride with no incident to the Golden State Bridge Welcome Center. So as far as Uber is concerned, there was no foul play that led him to end up where he was at the Golden Gate Visitor Center.
This morning, a family is urgently searching for a missing man who recently started working for Netflix in Los Gatos. 23-year-old Yohanes Kidane was last seen at the Golden Gate Bridge Visitor Center last Monday after getting in an Uber in San Jose.
Later, his backpack was found near the Golden Gate Bridge, and it had two of his laptops and personal documents seemingly untouched. And shortly after his disappearance, Yohanes' brother and father traveled to San Francisco to aid in the search. The family also set up a GoFundMe, which as of today has over $100,000 in donations, mostly to cover expenses related to the search, including travel and fees for attorneys and a private investigator. And according to the GoFundMe campaign, days before Yohanes went missing, he had a strange encounter with an Uber driver while trying to get a ride from San Jose to San Francisco. He told his friends that the driver insisted on taking him through Oakland, and Yohanes, being suspicious of the driver's intentions, was able to cancel the ride after crossing the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge. And after this ordeal, he expressed his hesitancy to do any more ride shares, at least if he was going to be alone doing them.
Now they are searching and hoping that investigators will help them locate Yohanes.
Calling medical centers, homeless shelters, visiting, distributing posters, doing everything that we can in our power to get my brother back, my best friend.
On the day of his disappearance, Yohanes and a few of his friends were texting in a group chat about coming to visit him after he had just accepted his dream job at Netflix. They reportedly made no mention of anything unusual. Yohanes' brother, who lives in New York City, told Dateline NBC that he last talked to his brother Yohanes on Sunday, August 13th, and that the pair chatted for an hour about Yohanes' new job. Yosef noted that Yohanes was very smart and excited to begin his new job at Netflix. The ongoing investigation of Yohanes Kidane's disappearance has found no evidence of a crime, according to police. Despite his family's fears over the recent strange encounter he had the last time he used Uber before his disappearance, San Jose detectives shared an update via Twitter that they have informed Yohanes' family of any significant developments and will continue to investigate until they find him. Yohanes is described as a black man who stands 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighs approximately 150 pounds. He's the middle child of 3 children, all young adults now. All 3 siblings were born in the United States after their parents immigrated from Eritrea, a country in northeastern Africa. Anyone with information that could be used to help find Yohanes Kidane is asked to contact the San Jose Police Department at 408-277-8900 and can reference case number 23-277-0531. And all that information will be in the description down below if you have any information that can help police find Yohanes.
Family members said they will not give up until they find him.
We're not going to stop until we do. And we love him a lot. We miss him. We're going to find him.
So as of recording this, Yohanes has only been missing for around 2 to 3 weeks. So this is still a pretty fresh case. From what I've discovered, a lot of missing persons cases tend to be solved either very quickly or like a long time. So hopefully this is one of the ones where it is solved relatively quickly. The strange thing about it is all his stuff was found at the Golden Gate Bridge Visitor Center, and apparently, as far as Uber is concerned, that is where he wanted to go. So now the question becomes, what happened to him afterwards? So what I found in my research, there are cameras around that Welcome Center, and on the footage they see someone that they think might be Yohanes, but apparently the footage isn't that great of quality, so they're not exactly sure who it is. And the thing about this is the police already stated that they're basically giving the family all the information they have and not necessarily giving it to the public, which I guess is understandable to a certain degree, as long as you continue to put out word that he is missing and that you're trying to find him. The other stuff, as long as the family is being informed, it's not really necessary for us to really know what's going on, but the police did say that they will continue to look for him until they find him. So hopefully they stay true to their word. The GoFundMe stated, like I mentioned earlier, that they are using the funds raised, and I'll also link the GoFundMe in the description down below as well. But it says that they're going to use that money to help them travel like back and forth from New York City to San Francisco, and to help with a private investigator. So maybe that person will be able to find more information, and hopefully relatively soon they'll be able to find Yohanes and he is safe and like not harmed in any way. But the really interesting thing about this case is the strange encounter that Yohanes had with the Uber driver 2 days before his disappearance. But as far as the police are concerned, they stated that they don't believe a crime was committed, which means that they don't think anybody did anything to harm him. So obviously they don't think his disappearance had anything to do with that strange encounter with the Uber driver a few days earlier. But after all is said and done, none of that matters as long as Yohanes returns to his family and he is no longer a missing person. That's the goal that everybody wants to achieve. They want to find Yohanes Kidane and bring him back to his family. So hopefully that is the outcome that we get. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. All those things help the channel, they help the video, they help me, so I really appreciate it. But that's it for this video, and like always, I will see you next video.